Hey guys, this is Casual with the NerdHammer.net Battle Report. This is game 1 of 3 that I played at Outside the Box Games in December. I think it was the 20th. They had a Christmas tournament. About 12 or 13 showed up. Anthony from Sustainable Center was there. So we got some games, and there was always something going on during the rounds, just like a random roll of the dice. And sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, sometimes it affected the game, sometimes it didn't. So when it does, I'll explain it. When it doesn't, forget it. So here's game 1 against Orcs and Goblins. I'm going up against a new player. He's kind of a refugee coming over from 40k. So the good thing is he knows, the charge to hit, to wound, that type of thing, which is, universal sort of between the two. So he's playing some Orcs and Goblins here, and I am bringing Bretonnia, and I'll go over my list in this one so that we can, see what we're bringing. So I got a unit of Peg Knights, a unit of Bowmen with Flaming, of course. My Treb. This is a unit of Knights Errant. There's no characters in this one. This is a unit of Knights of the Realm, and I know that because I have my BSB in there. And I have a Heroic Killing Blow Lord. That's going to be this guy in red today. My level 4 is on Undeath, which is awesome. I'm just going to give it a run here for this tournament, see how it does. It was kind of a late edition. I was thinking about it Friday night, and I kind of like what it brings, and you'll see as the tournament goes on how it pans out. So my level 4, who looks like a Keeper of Slanesh, is in there. And my other unit, this is actually a Knights Errant unit of 9 guys, and then I have another Lord who has, I forget at this point, I think it was sort of anti-heroes, Audacity, Gauntlets of the Duel, so he's forced in challenges. I have another Pally in there, which gives me the extra long charge, gives me another d6 on the charge, and another Pally. This guy's a Pally here. He just has Morningstar. I have another Pally over there with Morningstar. So, character walls in the front. I have a level 2 of Beast in here with this unit and my other Treb. So character walls in the front. Just trying to go in, slam like Bretonnia does, and hopefully try to pull out a win. And on his side, he has, I believe that's a Bolt Thrower. There's a Pump Wagon, some single Trolls, a big unit of Trolls, Doom Diver, Catapult, Doom Diver, big block of Savage Orcs. I believe they have the Choppas, so that's what strength 5 on the first round of combat. Unit of Night Goblins, who do have Fanatics, but he forgot to throw them out, which was unfortunate because it might have helped him at some point. In here, he is going to have a Night Goblin BSB. He gave them the poison instead of the bows. I'm not sure why. And then he's going to have a Lord in there also. On this side, he does have another Bolt Thrower in the corner, another Pump Wagon, another Catapult, and a unit of Fast Cav Wolf Riders. This is what you see out of Orcs and Goblins, at least in my opinion. You need the War Machines. They're so good. I really like the idea of the Poison Bows on a big unit of Night Goblins. Poison on that 5/6, that's huge. I don't know why he chose to put them in the Savage Orcs, why the BSB went in there, but that could just be his inexperience with playing. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is a lot of War Machines. I have to get in combat immediately because the War Machines are just going to wear me down. So I think the object is I'm either going to try to bust out that Night Goblin unit or just go full force into the Savage Boys, hope my Paladin Wall and Ward Save and good armor help me through and see what happens. So also in the middle of the board here, you'll see there's 3 green tokens. You get victory points based on how many wounds you have near them. So here's his Vanguard move. I decide not to Vanguard my Peg Knights, and he moves his Orc Riders up. And turn 1, Bretonnia. This is one rule that is like a house rule at OTB. Bretonnia do not have to forfeit first turn. If you get it, you got it. So I decide to just charge the Peg Knights at his Wolf Riders just to get them out of there. I know he's going to flee with them, so I'm not like super concerned with this side of the table at all. So I just figured getting him out of there was the best option, and then I could use some bow fire, maybe shoot him down later. Sorry for the very blurry pictures. And I move up to the center. I'm just trying to get as close as possible to get some decent charges, set me up some options to either go at the Night Goblins or the Savage Boys. So we'll see how that works out. And so the first part of our Christmas special goes off, and they roll a die, and it turns out to be the naughty list, and we had to randomly select a champion and kill him. And of course, the one that I randomly select is out of my Peg Knights. Thankfully, they did not fail their panic test, and they just lose a champion. Turn 1 Goblins. He moves up as such, so he's encircling my lances with some of his trolls. His pump wagon comes with it just an inch away. He needed one more inch to get into there, and that could have been exciting. I think my paladins can handle it and break it, but taking those impact hits could have been could have hurt the Night Lance a little bit. And I need as many bodies as possible to endure the shooting, so that could have went bad, but he doesn't quite make it, and this one doesn't make it into the Knights Errant, which is pretty good. I'll charge there my next turn, and I should be able to take care of that pump wagon with my Strength 5 lances. Yep, that's just a shot of how close it came. And over here, the first something shot, and I actually board saved. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. The next shot takes off 5 knights, and the next shot takes off a lot of knights, and another shot takes a wound on a paladin. So yeah, that's what I'm saying about the shooting. It was pretty brutal. Now my heroic killing blow Lord doesn't have a lookout, my BSB doesn't have a lookout, my other paladin doesn't have a lookout, which I don't really care about him too much. But yeah, that's a lot of pain, so I really need to get those guys in combat because I'm not going to be able to endure another round of shooting. Turn 2, over here on this side, I do take the Knights Errant into the pump wagon, and I move my Peg Knights as such. I'm giving myself a couple options. I could choose a couple different war machines and try to line up in a way that maybe I can get an overrun or something. If his wolves come in, they're probably I'll probably lose that, but I'm just threatening him to see if he'll bring him in. I think he'd be probably more comfortable just trying to shoot one off, but I could see the Peg Knights losing that somehow. Yeah, that's just the center. Oh, in the center, I do try to charge both lances into the Savage Orcs, but of course my BSB one fails. That is so disappointing because that's going to be another round of shooting that I'm going to have to endure. I really want to get them in there and just get them safe in combat, even if he has some counter charges. You see he moved this troll up there to try to block the lances, but they're still going to get in. I think I lost one for dangerous terrain. I line this lance up in a way that I'm touching his BSB so that my whole lance will be able to attack the BSB on the charge, which I'm hoping will kill him. That way, he is going to be steadfast, most likely. I think he has a Crown of Command in there, so at least he'll be steadfast on a 9 without a reroll. So that's the best I can hope for. I'm hoping my pallies in the front can endure those strength 5s and make mitigate the amount of wounds he's going to do, because I'm going to do some wounds to them, no doubt. So let's see how that pans out. There's a blurry shot of it for another reason. Over here, yes, some bow fire takes off 2 of those guys, but he does pass his panic test amazingly. And what happens here? Oh, Treb kills the pump wagon that was sitting next to my lance, so that's pretty good. I don't have to worry about that thing coming in, into the side of my pallies or something. And after combat, yeah, he had leadership 9 and failed, so that is unfortunate. They ran right off the board, center to center, took me right into his Doom Diver, so that couldn't have gone better. He is set up for a flank charge. He's going to have to charge some trolls out of the way to make it happen, but his big block of trolls will be able to flank charge my lance. This picture was taken right before he takes his panic test for the Night Goblins, and they fail, and they run off the board. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. The center of the lines just absolutely broke for him. Bretonnians on the charge is exactly doing what they are brought to do, especially with 3 paladins in the front. It's pretty tough. pretty tough thing when they make it. And so turn 2, Orcs and Goblins, he countercharges, takes 1. He had to take this troll in to get out of the way for these guys, and the other troll had to charge my paladins to get out of the way so that they can get in. He does have a character here, and that's going to be an issue for him because my lord that's in this lance has the gauntlets of the duel, so he's not going to be able to refuse. And I was in base contact with the Treb, so I wouldn't be able to make way to him. But with the duel, he has to accept, so we have to do that duel. So that's gonna hurt for him. I think that was his level 2 on the wolf there. I'm not 100% sure. Over here, this is some shooting after I killed the pump wagon and didn't run very far to chase it down. He kills 2 Nice Aaron on this side, and over here, this was lucky because he had to bring the troll into these guys, so that stopped them from shooting at them to get the other trolls in. Kind of a last-ditch effort to try to save this game. And, of course, my paladins took care of him. I heroic killing blowed him with the Red Knight, who suspiciously looks like one of my Death Head's knights. And so after combat, the one troll breaks. We decide to run the big unit, and we catch him. Take some dangerous terrain for our troubles. Turn 3, over here, charging war machines now. Gonna clean them up, reform these guys to get ready for the other war machines. And he said, "Do you want to play this out, or are we good?" I piled all my characters into one lance. So my opponent decides to call it there after something died there. All his war machines died. So it was a win for Bretonnia in the first round. I didn't get to use the Lore of Undead because I forgot to mention it in the battle report, but when that one lance got beat up, the Trebs came down, a Treb came right down on my level 4, and she failed to look out, sir, and died. So that's why you didn't see anything about the Lore of Undeath. So on the other tables, I'm taking a scope around. Here is High Elves versus High Elves, and a big massive battle of Frost Phoenixes. Here's the other High Elf versus High Elf table, where all the Phoenixes are dead. So that was first round was High Elves versus High Elves, and High Elves versus High Elves. And that is Alan from the Nerdhammer crew. One of these players will go on to win the tournament. I'll give you a hint, it was a Nerdhammer player. And that's the end for me. So I got max points in the first round. My opponent was a very nice guy. He's a new player to the game. I wish him the best. I hope, I really love seeing Orcs and Goblins on the table. I hope that he has some success with them and some good games. So after round 1, I will find myself on the first table, facing what I will now call one of my nemesis. You will see I played his High Elves round 2 of the Spring Crossroads this past year. His name's Alex. He's a really good guy from Hell's Crucible, and he comes up against my Bretonnians in round 2. So come back for that. Thanks, guys.